So I'll be talking about the 30 days challenge, which helps you to create massive success for yourself in a period of 30 days. You see, network marketing experts have said it over and over again that slow and steady does not win the race. Fast and consistent would be slow and steady any day. If you want to win in this business, it is better you run this business very hard for a short period of time, generate a lot of results within that period of time, and sponsor the people you generated within that time frame into the business, and work with those people you sponsored over a period of time. The plan is simple. Recruit as many as you can. The industry standard is 20, right? So recruit at least 20 people in 30 days and work with those 20 people over the next 60 days. And the kind of result you're going to create is going to be formidable. And you're working with them and working with their team, and extend this to about 6 months. And you will see that these people, after 6 months, some of them will become really big leaders that will drive massive success for you in the team. But if you recruit the same 20 people over 6 months, you won't get that kind of result, because there's no peer pressure. People are not seeing others doing the activities. They're not under pressure to do the activities. And guess what? They just come in, they become observers. The way they come in nonchalantly is the way they're going to go out of the business nonchalantly, right? So what is easy to get into is also easy to get out of, right? So I want you guys to understand this, that it is important you put a large number of people together into your business in 30 days. There is no way we can overemphasize this. We say it over and over again, and people don't take it serious. The truth is this: the 30-day challenge is a solo challenge. It is not a group challenge. Even if we have a group of people inside the hall trying to run the challenge, guess what is going to happen? Most people will not do the challenge, right? It's just a handful that will do it. Almost everybody will start day one, but 3/4 of the people will not get into day two. Less than 0.001% of people will get to the final day of the challenge, because not everybody is going to run the challenge, right? So don't think that because you are not running the challenge, others are not running the challenge. Don't think because you are sleeping, others are equally sleeping with you. I keep on saying this, right? It's a very, very deep saying, because some people, they feel that because they're not doing this business, every other person is not doing the business, every other person is asleep like them. That is not the way it is, right? So I'm going to be showing you how to run the 30 days challenge and win for those of you who want to win. I'll show you how to run this challenge and win. First of all, to run your challenge, you have to start with making lots of invitations, right? Lots of invitations. You cannot downplay the quantity of invitations you need to do. You need to do quantity invitations, you need to do quality invitations, you need to do lots of invitations, lots of them. If anybody's telling you you're going to come, just do a couple of invitations and you become successful, the person is lying to you. You will make a lot of invitations, right? Now, when we say lots of invitations, people are now thinking, how do I get the numbers to call? Who are these people I'm going to invite? I don't know anybody. These are the ways people talk and defeat themselves. These are self-defeating thoughts. And they say there are only two kinds of objections you have in network marketing: limited belief in yourself and limited belief in network marketing. When you say, I don't know anybody to call, I don't have anybody to call, it's a limited belief in yourself as a person, right? Because you have not made the decision to go out there and invite people. If I tell you I'm going to give you 100,000 naira for every 5 people you invite into this business, how many people will you invite? Will you still tell me I don't know anybody? I'm going to give you 100K for every 5 people you invite. I am not saying 5 people that come into the presentation, just to invite them. Will you still tell me you don't know anybody? How much will you make at the end of the day? The moment I finish saying that, some of you will start making invitations. You will not stop until the end of today. And I tell you, that scenario on its own pales in comparison to what network marketing can give to you if you make your invitations every day. So don't say you don't know anybody. They're all there, right? But let me show you some ways you can generate the list you need. Because to do these invitations, you need to make a lot of calls, right? Over the next 30 days, if you're not doing over 500 to 1,000 invitations, you're not doing the business effectively. You've got to do over 500 to 1,000 invitations. And if you follow the system we're telling you, it's going to translate to at least 1,500 invitations. And it's very doable. When you tell people this number of invitations, they are looking at the total number of invitations and they're getting scared. But no. Look at it day by day. Day by day. How many invitations do you do every day to get 1,500 in 1 month? That is about 50 invitations per day. How long does it take you to make 50 invitations? It takes you about 2 hours to make 50 invitations. So some of you say you're doing this business, right? And if you're doing this business, is it possible that you can bring out 2 hours daily for your business? Is that possible? If you cannot bring out 2 hours daily for your business, then you're not in business. So if you say you're running your business full time, what do you do in the time frame? If you cannot make 50 calls in 1 day, what else do you do? What else do you do that constitutes doing the business? What activity constitutes doing the business? That was the question we answered with the SMO checklist. What activity constitutes doing the business? So if in 1 whole day, let's say 8 hours of working full time, 3 hours or 4 hours of working part time, you don't make 50 calls, which typically you can do in under 2 hours. What else are you doing? And if you are using our video system of making invitations, it takes you less than an hour to make 50 calls because it is the video that does the invitations for you. So if you cannot bring out the 2 hours to make those calls, what else do you do? If you can bring out the 2 hours to make 50 calls every day, in 30 days, you will have done 1,500 calls. Now, question number 2, where do you get the names to call? You see, lots of people say, I don't have names. But I tell you, you all have names. You all have names. Every human being has access to human beings. That's why we're a social being, right? So everybody, but you see, you choose to limit yourself out of fear to thinking of just a few people to call. Some of you, the only places you think about when you want to get somebody to call are the ones in your brain, the ones your eyes are seeing. That is not how you run your business. That is not being a professional. That is being an amateur. Professionals become what I love to call PND, right? You become a PND. You become a professional name list developer, right? A professional name list developer. As a professional name list developer, it should be practically impossible, right, for you not to have names to call at all points in time. It is practically impossible. It is one thing for you to not have the name, have the names and not call, right? If you're a professional name list developer, I'll just give you a couple of clues on how to become one so that you too can not run out of names to call. You have unlimited names to call. For some people, the thing is that they have capacity, they have the names, right? So it's one thing to have the names, but another thing to call the names. So some have the capacity to raise the names, but they refuse to raise the names because they feel they don't have the names to call. And because they feel they don't have the names to call, they end up not calling the names they have just because they think they don't have the names. Why they have the names? So you have to put the names together first before you can call the names. You can't say you want to build this business and then it's okay, you're going to call, you open your phone, you dial this person, you talk, you dial this person, you talk. You must write the names down. If every one of you decide to write the names down following the system I'm going to show you down, the kind of number of names you will have will be crazy. So these are the categories of people you're going to write down their names. Only 3 categories for now, right? You're going to start with 3 categories. Now, write down the names of everyone you know in your phone book. Everyone you know in your phone book. Now, if you have saved somebody's name on your phone book, it means you know that person one way or another. Now let me explain to you. This is divided into 3 ways, right? These names I'm talking about now, they're divided into 3 groups. Category 1, names of everybody you know, right? You know. Category 2, names of everybody in your phone book that knows you. Because there are some people that know you. Somehow you just happen to contact them and you got their names right, but they know you better, possibly. They might have chatted you up somehow. They know you better. You got their names, so they know you. And category 3, the names of everybody that will remember you if you introduce yourself to them again. You've met some people in the past. Some of them were your schoolmates in primary school, right? Somebody gave you their number in a reunion and you've not seen him, not talk to the person, but at least you have their number, right? That is very, very important. So you need to have those names to call. So write down the names of everybody that you know, write down the names of everybody that knows you, write down the names of everybody that will remember you. These are the names of people you're going to write. That means you're practically writing down every name on your phone book. It's very important you start from there. Don't play with that. Don't play with the list, right? Worst case scenario, your list should contain at least 500 names. If you don't have 500 names on your phone book, that means every name on your phone book goes onto your hardcover notebook. Write their names, write their phone numbers, write how you know them, right? Probably, and write their location. Very important. The next group, write down the names, every name from the phone book of your close relatives or friends who allow you to leverage on their social capital. I'm showing you how to become a professional name list developer, right? Because your job is to create lists. Create a list, trackable names. Trackable names. So you can collect your brother's phone and say, can I collect your name list and use to build my business? If your brother is not in a business, collect his name list. If he's in a business and he's not doing it, collect his name list. Unless he's using it for his own, then you can leave it. Collect the name list of your parents. Collect the names of your relatives. Collect the name list and update your list. And when you're collecting, collect the names of people that know them too. So you can make the connection. I got your contact from this person. He said you're one of the smartest people I know. There's this amazing concept on right now, right? And I think it's something that you might be interested in. I will send you a short video to watch. When you're done watching the video, can we talk? Right? Of course, that's not the script, but then it goes something like that. Right? So ensure you get the names of everybody you know. You see, you must be on purpose to do this. You must be on purpose to create this business. You must be on purpose to make your name list. You must be on purpose to win. You cannot stumble into success in this business just like that. The problem with a lot of people is that they are not on purpose to create success for themselves in the business. So because they're not on purpose, they are being drifted by the winds. Any direction the wind flows is the direction they go to. Anywhere belly face, that's where they put their head. If it's going this way today, they go that way. If it's going that way, they go that way. They engage in what is called scatter bomb. For those of you who have read your first year in network marketing, you remember what scatter bomb is, right? They engage in every activity except the main activities that drive the business. Every idea to them is a good idea, right? They are out there, they see somebody doing Facebook prospecting, they jump into Facebook prospecting. They go this other way, they see somebody doing Instagram, they jump into Instagram. They see somebody doing broadcasting, they jump into broadcasting. They see somebody doing radio messages, they jump into radio messages. They are everywhere. They don't specialize in anyone. And that's a very big loss for them. When we started this business, I went on radio and I started doing radio adverts. A lot of people told me, radio does not duplicate, why radio, blah, 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 blah. Guess what? After a short period of time, all of them jumped in, came with questionnaires first, right? And people started using the questionnaires, they started creating results, right? And at the point I said, okay, let me develop a new prospecting way. I went into radio. So many people now joined into the radio, and the radio was everywhere. I left the radio and I came back to big announcements, and we started running the big announcements, running it, creating success from the big announcements, right? And then I told myself, it is important I create a connecting system, right? A trackable system, sorry, where if some, because I discovered from the radios If I tell somebody to come for the presentation and the person doesn't attend, and I call the person doesn't want to answer me, I have no way of reaching the person anymore. If the person says I'm going to sign up, I refuse to sign up, I have no way of reaching the person anymore. But if the person is somebody I know, even if the person refuses to answer me, I can actually knock on the person's door and say, bros, I was calling you, you refuse to answer my call. So it is good you have trackable. It mustn't be people that are so close to you, but at least there are people you can track so as to do the follow-up. Because the follow-up is the most important part of the 30 days game plan. That is why I am insisting that we run our 30 days game plan using trackable lists. And that's why I say you need to become a professional name list developer. When you develop name lists so easily, your downline cannot come to you and tell you, I don't have anybody to call. With just one or two information, they will have people to call, right? But will they call them? That is the next question, right? Will they develop it? Will they write those lists? That is the next problem. Another way, get 50 names from everyone who attends the presentation and is interested in the business, even if they've not signed up into the business yet. So for somebody, that's why it's called an interest, right? When somebody comes, sees the presentation and says, oh, wow, I love this and I want to do it, but I don't have money now. What do? We want to get 50 names from them. John, I understand you don't. Do you want to do this business? Say, yes, I want to do this business. Do you really want to do this business, or is you saying I don't have money to sign up yet? A polite way of saying you're not interested. Say, I want to do the business. I don't have the money now. Blah blah blah. John, look, this is what you're going to do, right? Now I know you want to sign up in the next 2 days, in the next 3 days, but this is what we're going to do, right? We have these amazing ways our leaders help people to start their business before they pay. What they do is very simple. What we're going to do is simple. Right? Because I said what we are going to do is simple, right? You will write 50 names now. Names, number, and how they know you, right? Your name, their number, and probably my friend in Zenith Bank, my colleague in the office, we school together in university. Let it be a descriptive way they know you, right? Just short something. So that when we call them, we know how to address them. And then you send us those names and you tell us, and we are going to call these people on your behalf. You won't be the one to call them. Some of them will sign up and some will not sign up. Those ones that sign up, we will keep them in view until you sign up. We'll keep them in view until you sign up, right? Now, when we tell them that they're excited, oh, no problem, no problem. So we are even calling them, we're going to use, you tell them we will use our money to call for you. We'll use our airtime to call for you. All you do, give us the names. Let's start calling for you. And call the names. Call the names. You could have 2 or 3 people sign up. You could have 10 of them interested but not signed up yet. So what do? You collect more names, 50 names each from those 10. More will come. Collect 50 names each from those ones, more will come. It gets to a point where you are incapable of calling those names by yourself. You now engage the services of a staff, a secretary, or somebody to join you in making the calls. And you see your business growing. Why? Because you are developing your capacity to generate a name list for yourself. The man has not signed up yet, but through him, you've gotten sign-ups. And a lot of them will end up not signing up. Over 95% of people who tell you they will sign up end up not signing up. So it is better you get the name list from them while they are still interested. Because for many of them, when they go out, they lose focus, they lose interest, they are carried away by the winds of life and they're completely distracted. So it's better you get this name list now. Give them the text message to send to those people. If they send the text message, fine, you call. If they don't send the text message, fine, you still call. You still call them. When you're calling them, you're asking them, I believe you got a text message from you got a message from so and so person telling you that we're going to call you, right? The man will tell you, no, he didn't get any message. Excuse me, please. Okay, thank you. So you ask them, I believe you got a text message from so-and-so person telling you we're going to call you. And I said, no, I didn't get any text message. He said, really? Wow, he was supposed to send you a text message telling you we're going to call you, but that's all right. Do I have your permission to go ahead and tell you why I am calling you? If he tells you, don't tell me anything, no problem, you stop. If he tells you, go ahead and tell me, go ahead and make the calls, right? So go ahead and then tell him why you're calling him. So with this, you see, you're becoming a professional name list developer, right? Okay. Get everyone who signs up to join you in this 30 days game challenge, right? Everyone who signs up must join the challenge. Now, of course, you can't squeeze them into the challenge, but if you let them know what they stand to benefit and how fast their business can grow, if they join the challenge, guess what? They will join the challenge, right? So get them to join you 30 days challenge. Imagine they're coming in, you're excited. Your level of excitement right now should be off the roof, should be through the roof. If you're not excited about what is happening, about the challenge, you're not going anywhere. So you should be excited, and this excitement should infect the people that you are signing in, right? So you also get everyone who says no to joining your business to recommend 2 people to you in their circle of influence to speak to, right? So if they tell you no, give me 2 people. The worst case scenario, they will tell you no, they won't give you 2 people. That's the worst case scenario, right? Telling you I won't give you 2 people can be in form of I won't give you who are a scam, you who are idiots, whatever he wants to say. Let him say. There is no single millionaire on earth today who became successful without being ridiculed. None. Personally, ask the leaders in our team. Ask them. You don't need to go far. In fact, some of you are already being ridiculed, right? You're being ridiculed by your friends just because you invited them into this system, into this business. They look at you now as if you are worthless. Meanwhile, you are the one that actually gave them the money to use in buying chicken for Christmas. And yet they look at you as someone worthless because you're inviting them into the marketing. They will come and they will bluntly tell you that it's a scam. Nah, it doesn't work like that, right? So don't listen to them. So what you want to do next is to warm up your name list. Warm up your name list, right? I didn't put a warm-up message on this slide. Let me pull out. Oh, it's not on this system, right? A warm-up. What I mean by warming up your name list, you see, you don't want to just barge into some of these people just like that. This is the new year. You have a rare opportunity to warm up your name list. You can do something as simple as this. You can say, good morning, John. You call the person's name, don't send a broadcast. Let me give you a typical warm-up message that I love to send to people. You have to be patient today. For those leaders who have the warm-up message, you can send it to me. You can send it to me on WhatsApp, so we can read it out. You might want to just give somebody something very simple. Hi, John. Happy New Year to you and your family, right? This is me. Call your name, right? Reaching out to you. wishing you the best of today, best of the year. This year, just know that I prayed for you today. Very simple. Just know I prayed for you today. I love using the part I prayed for you today, because when somebody has gotten to a place where you pray for the person, it warms the person up, warms the person very, very well, right? And of course, you don't want it to be a lie, so you want to pray for the person. So what I advise people to do is, when you want to send messages like this, pray for all your friends, right? Then you can tell them, I prayed for you today. Hope you're enjoying your day. And the guy sees something like that and feels nice. They will give you a good response. Then in the subsequent days, you can begin to talk to them about the business. Okay, let me see. Okay, I'll be posting out the warm-up message shortly, so that everybody can make use of it, right? So warm up your list. Let them know you exist. Engage them in a little discussion. Even if it's not this, you can, whatever you want to say to them, you can say something to warm them up. Just, hi, how are you doing? Hope you're good today. I prayed for you today. You will have an awesome day. Very simple. You send to the person. Now, I want to let you know, if you have somebody's contact on your phone as on your phone, right? I want you to send the person a warm-up message as a text and on WhatsApp. As a text and on WhatsApp. You see, for so many people, we tend to lose our businesses, right? Because we are trying to do everything for free. So we go to WhatsApp, we send messages on WhatsApp, we send messages on Facebook, and we forget that text messages are the most well-read means of communication. When you send somebody a text message, she's going to read it. When you send somebody a WhatsApp message, it can pile up. And before he sees it, might be tomorrow, next tomorrow, if at all he ever sees it. And you wonder why you invite people and they don't come for the presentation. It is because you invited them through WhatsApp. Even if you did the prospecting through WhatsApp, you send them the video through WhatsApp, send them the message through text. The invitation message through text, right? With that, you'll be more confident that people are seeing what you are telling them. So warm up. Now let's look at some tips for the 30 days challenge. Some tips that will guide you in the 30 days challenge. Now I'll be very fast. 1, define and condense your passion. The tighter you make it, the more powerful it becomes. You see, you want to talk to a lot of people. We don't want a lot of time to talk to a lot of people. We want to talk to a lot of people within a very short period of time. We want the activity to be boiling. We want our blood to be boiling hot. We want to see the thing going. We want to see yourself in the move, on the move. As you are doing this thing, as you are doing the activities, your colleagues are seeing you. They're also getting gingered, right? We use that word in Nigeria. We all know what it means. But they're also getting gingered. If that word can be a word. So we're also getting gingered, right? So your activity will ginger the people around you. So define what you want to do. Put a set of activities together. You want to recruit 20 people in 30 days. Go out, condense your activities and get it done. If you want to recruit 20 people in 10 days, believe me, the activity you will do, if you really want to do it, will be way more than what you do if you want to do 20 people in 30 days. So define it and go out for it. 2, define a short period of time and get much done during that time as you can. You see, if you run the 30 days challenge well, you will be very busy for the rest of the year. If you run these 30 days very well, for the rest of 2021, you'll be very, very busy, right? And guess what? If you have not gotten your diary for 2021, get a diary. 2021 diary. Look at this. This is a 2021 diary, right? Look at this. My goal is already written here. I don't know where it's written, but this is another 2021 diary. I'm using 2 of them because I know that from the activities I'm doing, 1 diary will not be enough for me, right? So I'm going to combine 2 diaries to be able to run the activities very well. So within a short period of time, you need to get a lot of work done during a very short period of time. Being a rabbit while recruiting and being a turtle when it comes to following up, right? What does that mean? When you are recruiting, be in a rush, right? Be in a rush. When you're sending them to presentation, when you're inviting them, do it in numbers. Be very fast. Do it in numbers. Turn out the numbers. It's a numbers game. But when you are following them up, following up on the people you've invited into the presentation, be a turtle. Be patient. Be patient. Your job is to move them to exposure, to exposure, to exposure. So don't think that your job is to recruit. No. For most people you invite, they're not going to join you immediately. It will take some time, but your job is to give them exposure number 1 as fast as possible. Right? So make sure you invite them as fast as you can. Now decide why you want to recruit people. Don't say you're doing this for money. Right? Don't say you want to do it because you want to make money. You need to find something deeper to help you. You need to. For me, my target is to help people become millionaires. That is my target. Because that is my target, I don't even look at my DTC. Because I'm not interested in the money coming into my DTC, whether there's money there or not. My job is how many people can I possibly help to become millionaires in this business? Because I know that by helping them become millionaires in this business, many of them, their lives are going to be transformed. Right? So I will wake up in the morning, I will run meetings like this, I will create content, I will post content, we need to do things. I will do things to help them. And of course, within the 30 days challenge, I'm also doing my own recruiting, and these people I'm going to work with them to become millionaires. Because if I work with them and they become millionaires, their lives will transform and they will be responsible for generational wealth. Another tip, push through the objections, the barriers, and the denials. They'll be there. You're going to get a lot of objections, people telling you that you're wasting your time, what you're doing is not good, what you're doing is a scam, you know. Tell you all sorts of things. Believe me, at my level in the business, I still get to hear those things. A lot. There'll be so much barriers. There'll be family barriers, there'll be barriers from your kids, there'll be barriers from society, all sorts of barriers are going to be there. And then for so many of you, there'll be denials, personal denials. So many things will be happening. You will tell us, this thing does not work. I am not good enough. Others are making it. I cannot make it. You know, this challenge they're doing, others can do it. I cannot do it. You are denying it. You can do it. You were created in the image of God. You can do it. You see, if 30 days from today, some of you are still broke in this business, you are the cause of your brokenness. If 30 days from today, you are still having money trouble, you are the cause of your money trouble. If 30 days from today, you cannot boast of an extra 300,000 to 500,000 naira every month from this business, you are the cause of it. You are the cause of it because you didn't take the 30 days challenge. You are lazy when it comes to running your business. You didn't put the work inside. You didn't listen to mentorship. I won't hold back punches, right? I won't hold back punches. If 30 days from today, you don't make 300K to 500K, some of you who are going to quit, you are going to quit because you are lazy. You're going to quit because you don't see yourself as someone who is capable of creating success. You're going to quit because you did not do the activity. You're going to quit because you didn't think that this business can give you what you wanted. The reason is all going to be hinged on you. It has nothing to do with whether you have an upline or not, because right now, your upline is not supposed to be looking at your face for the next 30 days. For the next 30 days, the responsibility to grow this business rests squarely and solely on you. You have the scripts to use. We've posted out the success manual yesterday. You have the scripts for your invitation. You have the videos right? The videos on YouTube for training, the video for presentation is on YouTube. You have every tool available at your disposal. All you need to do is to use it. You have the Zoom meeting that holds. You have the IPO that holds. You have the QSG that holds. You have the masterclass that holds. You have the business mastery masterclass that holds. You have the business mastery summit. You have the Amazon project. You have the home meeting. You have all these things, the Bliss call. They are all there. Do you use them? The ball is in your court. So if 30 days from today you are broke, don't blame your village people. They are innocent. Don't expect God to come and open your wallet and take money and force it to your wallet. God doesn't work like that. He has shown you an opportunity. Take advantage of it and transform yourself. Right? Now that you know how the best of the best in our profession run this thing, right? It is important to focus on follow-up. Most of your new recruits will come from the following up. That is the truth about it. You see, I tell you that anybody that joins you immediately after a presentation is only a gift to you. You stop talking and somebody joins you. Wow, that's a gift given to you. Because majority of people who are going to join you will join you through the follow-ups. So the quality of follow-up you do over the next 30 days is going to be very, very important, right? So remember this. Take these tips when you follow up. Number one, do what you said you will do. Do what you said you will do. At the end of your first meeting with the prospect, you should have set up a specific time to get back in contact with them, whether it was a phone call or another meeting. So if you said you would call them at a certain time, call them. If you said you will meet them somewhere, go meet them. If you said you will set up a three-way call with another leader, make sure you have it set up. Whatever you told them you're going to do, do it. People want to work with people they can rely on. This is just a professional courtesy. When you are going, say you're going to do something, do it. Your prospect will respect you more if you do. So you don't tell them I'm going to set up a three-way call and you don't set up a three-way call. You don't tell them I'm going to do this and you don't do it. Whatever you tell them I'm going to do, get it done. Very important. Tip number 2, set up exposures after exposures. Following up is really just another exposure. And exposure are what helps prospects to make the decisions. The more exposures, the more you are helping them reach that decision. So when you follow up, it is essential that you set up the next exposure. So understand this. Our business is a business of education. I have this thing I always tell people that our business is not a business of trading and convincing. We're not here to sell products and convince people to join us. No. Our business is a business of training. We have to train people. A business of training and consultancy. So we are consultants and not convincers. Right? If there's no word like that. And then we are trainers and not traders. So we are here to train and consult. A consultant tells you, take you come, you see him, he talks to you, checks you up, and he says, go take 3 tablets of chloroquine, 4 tablets of Panadol, 10 tablets of Fancida, whatever it is, right? And I just kill somebody right now with this prescription. And you go home and you said, why would I take it? I won't take it. I won't take the drugs. Guess what happens to you? If anybody is going to die from that, from not taking his drugs, it is you, not the consultant. The job of the consultant is to give you the prescriptions to help you. Whether you take the prescription or not is up to you. That is our business. Our business is a business of education. Our job is to show people what can help them change their lives. Whether they take it or not is up to them. Right? So for you to do this as a consultant, you take them from exposure to exposure. Right? So when you change your mindset from getting the prospects on the first exposure, but to put them into and from one exposure to the next exposure to the next exposure until they make a sign-up decision, that is where you win in the business. And every exposure, document it in your diary. You see, you can't keep everything in your brain. If you try to put everything, not putting everything in your brain is the one reason why a lot of people lose prospects. You can't put everything in your brain. Your brain has a lot coming in and it's going more and going down. That's why sometimes you feel like there's something I want to do, there's something I want to do, and you can't remember that thing you want to do. Write everything down. Write them. On the day you want to do it, write them on that day. On that day, you open your diary. First thing in the morning that day, you will see the content of that day. Handle the content in your diary first. After handling it, you cancel. Then move the cancelled contents to the appropriate days when you need to continue your follow-up. Remember, your job is to educate your prospect about your opportunity and help them come to a decision. Most often, that will require multiple exposures. And so you need to always set up the next exposure. Otherwise, you run the risk of never getting back with that prospect and having that opportunity drop away. Just let them know that what we have is a system of education. It's a system of education. My job is to educate you on what we're doing, right? Educate you on what you are doing so that you can make an informed decision. That's what we do. Educate them so that they can make an informed decision. The ball is in their court, right? So, again, it will most likely take several exposures before a prospect comes to a decision. In fact, it can take an average of 4 to 6 exposures for the average prospect to join. So have that in mind. So following up is not just something you will do once with each prospect. So you don't just say, I'll follow up on him and you are done. That's what a lot of people do. You do a follow up and you abandon it. The reason you abandon it is because you don't have a tracking system you used to do it, right? Be patient as you meet with your prospect several times to talk about your opportunity. Everyone is different. And so they come to a decision at different rates. Don't get discouraged when it takes one prospect longer to understand the opportunity than another. For some of you, it took you 6 months to join. Some of you, somebody almost had to hang themselves before you actually join them. Don't expect everybody to join you on the first attack, right? Just keep holding exposure after exposure. Keep talking with them about your product and opportunity. Talk about why you decided to join. Tell stories of lives that have been changed. Answer their questions about the compensation plan, the company, the product, and anything else. Address their objections and concerns. But most importantly, foster a relationship with them. Very, very important. Try to build a relationship with them. If they have an objection you cannot handle, if somebody tells you, I don't have time, and you know in truth you cannot handle the time objection, don't try to handle it wrongly, right? If you know you don't have the basic answers to handle, what you need to do, connect them on a 3-way call. Let another person talk to them and listen and learn, right? Let your leader, some other person talk to them, listen and learn. You see, when somebody knows that you are not forming to be a professional, that you are also in the learning phase, they tend to become more relaxed with you. But when you now start forming, I have arrived, I know the business very well, then they begin to analyze you. They look at your hair, they look at your shoe, they look at your shirt, they look at everything around you, and they will ask themselves, do I want to be like this person? But when you don't do that, when you are just an open book for them to read, you have a challenge, you say, you know what, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to call one of my leaders, right? He understands this system better than me. I would like him to address this thing he just said, right? So just give me a second. You call your leader, you join them, and let the leader talk about it, right? You tell them, you know what, I am still in the learning phase of this system. I'm still learning the system, and I'm happy at what I am seeing based on all the results. I see people ahead of me who are good. You know what I'm going to do? Let's call somebody who understands this better than me so he can take the questions you have. Very simple. You call another person into the equation. Don't be the one that says, I know it all, and they talk you're answering, they talk you're answering, they talk you're answering. No. That's not how to be a professional. Don't just treat your prospect as someone to get into your business, right? Don't just treat them as somebody you drag into your business. Treat them as a friend. Ask them about their family and lives. Get to know them. All of your interactions with your prospect don't have to be exposures where you talk about the opportunity. Invite them over for dinner, right? Excuse me. invite them over for dinner, or get your family together for a day at the amusement park or something. Be their friend, and they will respect you and listen to your opportunity more. Talk to them, chat with them, right? Send them some things that will make them laugh. You know, send them some motivating quotes. Exposure is not only when you are talking about AIM Global. You can talk about other things too. Okay, the network threw me out. I thought the network was happy today. We have something big I want to share with you at the end, so everybody just keep, just hold on, we'll soon be done. Right? So be their friend, and they'll respect you and listen to you and your opportunity, right? So be their friend, always be there for them. Now, condense time between exposures. Condense time between exposures. Condense time between exposures. Now, while it will take time for your prospect to make a decision, too much time between exposures can actually do more damage than good. Life has a way of being distracting. If a month passes between exposures, more likely than your prospect hasn't been thinking, it's more likely that your prospect has been thinking about the opportunity, right? They may even have forgotten about it completely. Each exposure becomes like the first one again. You see, we tell you that people forget 75% of what you tell them within 24 hours. So when somebody is, whatever you've told somebody, if somebody saw a prediction before yesterday, the guy has already forgotten 75% of whatever was said. Within 24 hours, 75% is gone. Within 30 days, 90% is gone. Out of the remaining 10%, only 5% is clear. So what that means is that in 30 days, if you wait 30 days after exposure, only 5% is clear. So you see, when people come and tell you, I will join next month, just know they are gone. If you don't put them in a very good funnel, right? If you're not following up on them, if you're not giving them exposure, just know they are gone. So as much as possible, you try to do that. That's why you see, when we use our follow-up scripts, you'll find that in the success manual. It starts by saying something like, recall you are one of the smart and forward-thinking people who attended our presentation, right? And got information. You recall that you got information on how working under the umbrella of the La Buena Vida, we can help you put together a part-time business with an estimated cash flow of between 300K to 500K over the next 6 months under the mentorship of the La Buena Vida. Right? We have that kind of paragraph in our script. The idea is to remind them of what they heard in the presentation. Right? So make sure the time between exposures is condensed. Don't give too much space. Right? So set up the next exposures close together. Have a meeting. Exposure can be any of these. You can have a meeting with them. You can do a 3-way call with them. You can book them for the quick start guide. You can send them our flyer. You can send them the AIM Global website, right? You can send them the AIM Global website. You can send them the La Buena Vida website, right? Our La Buena Vida website. Our La Buena Vida website is labuenavidaproject.com. labuenavidaproject.com, not projects. labuenavidaproject.com, right? You can send it to them. There will see a lot of success stories there. You can send them our success stories video. You can send them alerts of some of your uplines. You can send them motivating posts. Go on YouTube, right? Motivating posts. Type it there. You can see that. You can send them motivating videos. You can show them as many exposures as possible, but do all that within a week or 2. Bombard them from exposure to exposure to exposure to exposure. And you'll be surprised. And you have to learn how to use the words of closing words I love to use in the business, right? The most powerful 5 words that we can use in the business. What is the way forward towards getting you started, right? What is the way forward? 5 words. Or what are the next steps 5 words. For those of you who don't know how to collect the money, the guy has seen an exposure and seen everything, is excited. John, you've seen this thing, you've seen how working with the La Buena, working with our business group under the umbrella of the La Buena Vida, we can help you put together a business plan that can begin to pay you an extra. We can put a business plan, right, that can begin to pay us an extra 300K to 500K over the next 6 months, right? I have engaged. Why don't you join us and let's give this thing a try, right? You can see it's so amazing. So what is the way forward towards getting you started right away? You keep quiet and let him answer. These are very simple ways that you can do this, right? I'm going to put this video on YouTube so that many of you can watch it over and over again and use this thing to help yourself. Use whatever combination of exposure is available for you, but do them quickly. This will keep your opportunity on your prospect's mind, and they will have a chance to really think about it. Because if you don't plug them into that funnel, they are gone. You see, when you make yourself a follow-up monster, the business you're going to build is going to be crazy, right? When you make yourself a follow-up monster, the business you're going to build is going to be really crazy. So remember, 50 calls a day brings success my way. 50 calls every day gives you this, what I love to call the recipe for success in our business. 50 calls every day. Make the calls. Don't sit down, don't relax, don't wait. Make 50 calls every day. Anybody can make 50 calls in a day, whether you're a part-timer or you're a full-timer. It takes us 2 hours, and you can do it. 2 hours, FaceTime. FaceTime is the time you pay in sales. You say FaceTime is the time you have in front of a paying customer. That's what FaceTime is. For some of you, you bring out 2 hours to do a business. Within that 2 hours, you're going to spend 30 minutes viewing Facebook. You're going to spend another 10 minutes, 30 minutes calling people that don't matter, right? Discussing. You're going to spend some more time chatting and all those stuff. And you actually talk to just about 3 people within a period of 2 hours. The rest of those times, you wasted them. If you say 2 hours, bring out 2 hours, bring out your name list, dump your name list on the table and start making the calls. If all of them are going to tell you they're not interested, let them tell you they're not interested. Within those 2 hours, you are booking people for presentation, you are following up on people who have attended the presentation, you are doing third-party calls to close people down, you are getting name lists from people who said they would attend. You are doing all these things within 2 hours, and success will come your way. 50 calls daily. It doesn't matter the combination of calls, but let most of them be booking calls. Book people into new presentation, right? And remember, it is a numbers game. Nothing more, nothing less. It's a numbers game. If you play the game of numbers, if you invite people consistently and continuously, you're going to build a business. So play the numbers game. Don't invite in small quantities, right? Don't invite in small quantities. If you invite in small quantities, you get small results. If you invite in average quantities, you get average results. If you invite a lot of people, you have lots of results. Because in the end, it is the numbers that count. Our job is to go through a multitude of no's to find the yes. And the only way to do that is to play the numbers game. Some people might not like this. You want to, if you think you're going to invite 5 people and 5 of them will attend your business, then you are in for a rude shock. A very rude shock. When you go window shopping, did the company close up because you didn't buy when you went window shopping? No. Some people are going to come do window shopping in our organization, right? So when they come window shopping, you don't hold them responsible. Your job is to follow up on them, re-invite them again to come again. Are you with me? And if you do that and they come again, fine. Some of them can end up joining you. But if you don't do anything about it, they are gone and they are gone. But the worst part is this: if you don't invite in enough numbers, then you won't have a business, right? The law of averages will work in your favor if you play the game of numbers. Thank you very much. God bless you.